Hi there, it's Professor Bill. Today we're thinking about bonds and long-term notes, and as I mentioned in the overview video, there will be two separate videos for this chapter. One just gives you the bond overview topics, that's this one, and I mean detailed overview. And then the second part will actually describe the effective interest method, which is the generally accepted accounting principles method for recording the amortization of bond discounts and bond premiums. So, a bond is a legal document. I'm calling it a legal piece of paper, although I realize today a lot of things are electronic. So it's a legal document or piece of paper that our company, or that evidences our company's borrowed money and it owes repayment to somebody. I want to stress that bonds are legal documents. It's important for understanding why there's a difference between market and contract interest rates. These must be prepared and they must have an interest rate stamped on them when attorneys are reviewing them before the money is borrowed. That's key because we're going to see we're going to put the wrong interest rate on. But it's something we have to do, so we put it on there and we do other things to determine differences between the contract rate, this rate, and the market rate. So I want to stress again that the sale of bonds is equivalent to the company borrowing money. A lot of times people struggle with this. We talk about bonds and they really don't process what a bond means. So the bond means when our company is selling bonds. It's not like selling a good. This means our company is borrowing money. The contract rate is the rate that's printed on the bond. That has to be there. You can't have a bond with no rate on it. Now, it would be possible to have a variable rate, but bonds typically are set up with a fixed rate stamped on them, and that's the contract rate. The market interest rate is the rate on bond exchanges, and I've given you examples here like the Wall Street Journal or the Bloomberg quoted interest rate on the sale date. Now, anytime the contract rate and the market rate are different by less than 1%, notice it's not, the answer is not anytime they're different by less than 1%. I'm just starting you with this rate difference is less than 1%. It is 0.25%. That means far less than 1%. Anytime the contract and the market rate are off by 1/4 of a point, let's say the market rate is 7% and the contract rate is 7.25, that's a change. And that means the rate changes every day. And that means in real life, what you saw in Principles of Accounting with bonds sold at par value doesn't happen. Because the bond is out there one day, and that's the contract rate. You know, when it's set up, 60, 90 days before it's issued, we start preparing loan documents or bond documents, and we talk them over with the attorney. And by the time that the bond is really sold, the market rate's going to be different than it was 60 or 90 days ago because the bond, anytime it changes by more than 0.25% as to the rate, then there's a difference between market and contract. Last point I want to make is because the market rate and the contract rate are different, anytime the market rate is higher than the contract rate, that means the amount that our borrowers are going to get paid back is less than they should. Anytime that happens, we say the bond is sold at a discount. On the other hand, anytime that the contract rate is higher than the market rate, so that our bondholders, our lenders are going to get more money than the market rate would provide. We say the bond is sold at a premium. Now realize you really can't manage whether it's a premium or discount your bond sells at. It's going to really depend on what happens with rates. So if rates go down over a 3-month period between when you start preparing the bond and when you actually sell it, you're likely to have a discount at the end. If bonds go up, I'm sorry, I said that in reverse. If rates go down, you're likely to have a premium because your contract rate will be higher than the market rate. If rates start going up, you're likely to sell your bond at a discount. Well, more on that later, but this is enough to get you started with bonds. And again, very soon there'll be a video that deals with effective interest rate. Take care. Let me know if you have questions.